How's it going today, everyone? So the question of the day is, who is Kashin Koji? Recently, I've been giving a ton of thought as to who Kashin Koji really is. Before we get started, I want to warn everyone this video deals with the Boruto manga, and unfortunately the anime hasn't caught up to it yet, so if you're an anime-only viewer, I would suggest clicking off of the video if you don't want to hear spoilers, although this video will not contain a ton of spoilers as far as the plot is concerned. It still does contain some spoilers, as the video will focus on Kashin Koji, a high-ranking member of the Kara organization, which has yet to be introduced into the anime. Alright, if you're still here, I'm going to assume you're okay with spoilers. In my opinion, Kodachi and the writers are setting up Kashin Koji to be Jiraiya. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying to yourselves, there's no way it can be Jiraiya. Kishimoto even said that he would never bring him back. But here's the thing, Kishimoto isn't involved in the creation of the Boruto series. He only oversees it, and Kishimoto has already stated that the writers of the Boruto series have free reign to use any character they see fit in any fashion they want. So yeah, in short, Jiraiya can come back. The anime is making a ton of parallels between the Naruto anime and itself, examples being in Naruto during the Sasuke retrieval arc, and in Boruto during the Mitsuki retrieval arc. In Naruto, we see Naruto sign a summoning contract with the Toads of Mount Miyaboku, while during the Mitsuki retrieval arc, we see Boruto signed a summoning contract with a snake from Ryuchi Cave. We can already see these parallels stacking up, and what was one huge twist in the Naruto series? Obito being alive and ended up being the masked Tobi who started the Fourth Great Ninja War. We know that bringing back presumably dead characters is nothing new in Naruto, and I believe Kashin Koji is Jiraiya. Now, let me give you some reasonings as to why I think that is. The similarities between Jiraiya and Koji are astounding. Yes, in the war arc, Kabuto said he didn't revive Jiraiya because he couldn't find any of his DNA since his body sank to the bottom of the water. But what if he didn't die? What if at the last minute he went back into the Toad to heal up? During that time, he could have formed skewed worldviews and turned into the character we see as Kashin Koji. If that didn't happen, Jigen might have found his body and used Edo Tensei. To start off, let's look at the age of both characters. Jiraiya, when he died, was in his early 50s, and Koji appears to be in his mid-60s to early 70s. This would align with the time jump from the end of the war arc to where we are in the Boruto series currently. Both characters have summoning contracts with the Toads and use them often. Jiraiya would often summon Toads to help him with missions and other tasks that he had, and we see Koji use Toads fairly often as well. Koji and Jiraiya both use them in battle as well as for recon. Which leads me into my next point, where Koji seems to be extremely well trained in reconnaissance and surveillance gathering. It was explained in the Naruto series that Jiraiya would often infiltrate other villages to do recon and to sneak around. Both characters can use the Rasengan. Now, I understand as time has gone on, we learned that others, such as Kakashi, could also use the Rasengan, but the fact that we see Koji use a big ball Rasengan, which is a favorite of Jiraiya's, leads me to further believe they're the same person. Koji's main chakra type is Fire Release, which is also the same as Jiraiya's, and on top of this, Koji can use the unextinguishable flames of Purgatory, exactly like Jiraiya. The facial features are similar, and while we have yet to see the face of Kashin Koji, we did see a glimpse of under his eyes when we saw the lines which looked very similar to those on the face of Jiraiya. If all of this isn't enough to help solidify that Koji and Jiraiya are the same person, then we need to take into consideration that Koji admits to being connected to Konoha. He knew of the Yamanaka clan's ability to detect foreign chakra inside of the village, and even warns Delta of this before she decides to rush into the village. It would not only take a person who lived in Konoha to know this, but that person would have had to been high up in the rankings or have high security clearance to be granted this information. And you know who was exactly in that position? That's right, Jiraiya. Koji being Jiraiya would also explain why his chakra wasn't called into question when he entered the village. His chakra would have already been known within the village, and have had no cause to have raised alarm. Koji has knowledge of the Leaf Village that a normal person wouldn't have. He shares all sorts of similarities to Jiraiya, and Jigen has Koji in charge of things within the Land of Fire. It's all of this information that leads me to think they're the same person. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching.